Hello students. So far we have completed Unit 1 under the heading Diversity of Living World. Then under Unit 2 I have covered structural organization in flowering plants, which includes morphology of flowering plants, plant tissues and plant anatomy. Remaining part I will be covering after completion of the topic the cell unit of life from Unit 3. So from today onwards, let us begin with Unit 3, Cell, the unit of life. To write the notes of this topic, please make a separate notebook because after plant anatomy, a remaining portion of structural organization in animals, which includes animal tissues and type studies, need to continue after plant anatomy. So, in today's session, I'll just introduce what exactly the cell is. Variety of organisms around us sharing common feature that all are made up of cells. Now, what exactly cell is? It is physical basis of life, or it is the structural and functional unit of life bounded by cell wall, cell membrane, enclosing protoplast, which contain a controlling unit nucleus surrounded by cytoplasm, in which functional cell organelles are present to carry out various functions within the cell. Anton von Leeuwenhoek, who observed the cells under the microscope for the first time. Robert Hooke observed the compartments in the cork of the cap of the bottle, and he said that the thin minute unit of the life is cellulae. Later, Sheldon, who observed varieties of plant cells, and Schwann, who observed varieties of animal cells. Sheldon and Schwann proposed cell theory. Cell theory explains that every organism is composed of cells, whereas the plant cell is having extra covering cell wall which is absent in the animal cell. Later, Rudolf Virchow modified the cell theory and he explained that every cell is arising from pre-existing cell by the process of division, also known as cell reproduction. A question will be expected for 3 marks on the cell theory proposed by Sheldon and Schwann. Coming to the types of cells, which already introduced in Unit 1 when we learnt 5 kingdom classification system proposed by Robert Whittaker, where he considered first criteria the type of cell, that is prokaryotic and eukaryotic. So the cell broadly classified in 2 groups. The cell shape varies, size varies, and basically 2 groups are made. Let us today learn about the prokaryotic cell, taking example of bacteria, which belongs to first kingdom Monera. Bacterial cell is the standard example of prokaryotic cell, having cell envelope enclosing the protoplasmic mass with incipient nucleus where nuclear membrane is absent. So prokaryota means before formation of nucleus, the cells are developed. Meaning is the genetic material chromatin is not bounded by nuclear membrane. Membrane bound cell organelles are absent. Means endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, mitochondria, plastids, vacuoles, these all are absent in prokaryotic cell, wherein the ribosomes, which are considered as site for protein synthesis, are found in the form of chain known as polysomes. Each ribosome is referred as 70S type. It is a sedimentation coefficient of the ribosomal units. When you come to the cell envelope, there are three layers. A glycocalyx layer. It is in the form of a mucilaginous sheath known as slime layer. In some, it is deposited and it becomes thick, known as capsule. So, bacterial cells with slime layer are known as non-capsulated and with capsule known as capsulated. Within this, there is a cell wall made up of peptidoglycan. It is a unique protective layer found only in prokaryotes. And inner to cell wall, there is a cell membrane. It is composed of phospholipids, proteins, and oligosaccharides. So these three layers forming the cell envelope of the bacterial cell. We can see three standard outgrowths from the bacterial cell: fimbriae, then flagella, and the sex pili. Fimbriae they use for adhesion, means whenever they need support, they will use the fimbriae for attachment. Flagella are whip-like extension from the cell membrane region, which helps in locomotion, while slightly rigid and hollow tube-like structures arising from the basal granule inside the cell membrane extended outside, known as sex pili. These sex pili are observed in the bacteria who are showing conjugation. It is a type of sexual reproduction. So to transfer the genetic material from one bacterium to other bacterium, they are using the sex pili. Inside the protoplasmic mass, there are inclusions of the cell membranes are visible, known as mesosomes. When these mesosomes detach, they give oxysomes, which act like a respiratory centers generating ATP molecules. Apart from that, there are free nuclear DNAs which are circular in shape with high replicating factor on it, and these are suspended freely without supported by the proteins known as plasmids. So within the cell envelope, we can see the incipient nucleus, genetic material without nuclear membrane, polysomes, these are the chains of 70S ribosomes, plasmids, circular double-stranded self-replicating DNA, mesosomes are the inclusions of the cell membrane. When they detach, they will give rise oxysomes, which helps in ATP production, and the reserve food material in the form of granules. Around the cell membrane, we can see the cell wall made up of peptidoglycan. It is also known as muramic acid, and around that either slime layer or capsule composed of glycocalyx, showing three outgrowths: fimbriae for attachment, flagella for locomotion, and sex pili helping in conjugation. With this, I'll conclude today's session under the heading Prokaryotic Cell. In the next session, let us study eukaryotic cells with the example plant cell and animal